Let me say again, good morning and welcome to the 26th meeting of the Health and Sport Committee. We have received apologies from Sandra White and from Alec Cole-Hamilton. Bob Dodd is attending as a substitute member. On the public agenda of this meeting, we have 3 items of subordinate legislation, which I shall briefly review. The first item is the National Health Service Charges to Overseas Visitors Scotland Amendment EU Exit Regulations 2019. These regulations are necessary as a consequence of the UK's withdrawal from the EU to ensure that the existing 1989 regulations on charges to overseas visitors remain operable and capture changes to reciprocal healthcare arrangements once or in the event that the UK leaves the EU. The DPLR considered this instrument this morning and had no comments to draw to the attention of Parliament. Can I invite members' comments? David Stewart.
Thank you, Convener. I think this is very straightforward and consistent legislation. I would suggest that we agree and take it to the next stage.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Is that agreed? Are we agreed to make no recommendations? Agreed. Thank you very much. The second negative instrument is the Public Health Scotland Order 2019, which relates to the informal briefing members received earlier this morning in relation to the new Special Health Board, Public Health Scotland, and it specifies the functions to be undertaken by it. The instrument also dissolves NHS Health Scotland and makes a number of consequential amendments to account for the transfer of functions and activities to Public Health Scotland from NHS Health Scotland and NSS. Again, the DPLR have considered this. There are no comments they have made which require our attention. Are there any comments from members? Miles Briggs.
Just very briefly, given that we had that meeting in private this morning, I think it's important we get the priorities of the organisation going forward for the organisations they're going to pull together, and just a commitment that the functions they currently carry out are going to continue and we're not going to see a lessening. And I highlighted obviously concerns around ISD, so I think that's important going forward as this organisation moves to take these powers and responsibilities.
I agree, and there is no reason why we shouldn't agree today to write to the Chair of Public Health Scotland and lay out some of the questions that we discussed informally with them earlier in order to get those on the public record, including in particular the nature of the reorganisation of existing special health boards, the future integrity of ISD and the strategic priorities of the new body. Nonetheless, these do not affect directly the question of whether to agree the order. Emma Harper.
Thank you, Convener. I look forward to actually hearing from them officially in the future, because it looks like the remit could grow and grow and grow and evolve, just given on discussions around antibiotic resistance and how do we manage other bloodborne diseases, as well as connecting with Food Standards Scotland as well. So I think the remit could be quite interesting as it develops, and I'd look forward to seeing it in the future.
Excellent. Thank you very much. If there are no other comments, are we agreed to make no recommendations? That is agreed. Thank you very much. The third negative instrument is the Scottish Dental Practice Board Amendment Regulations 2019, amending the existing 1997 regulations to make new provision in relation to membership of the Scottish Dental Practice Board by changing the constitution of the board and making changes to current membership requirements. There has been no motion to annul. And the DPLR has no comments which they wish to draw to our attention. Can I ask members if they have any comments in relation to this instrument? If not, is the committee agreed to make no recommendations? That is agreed. Thank you very much. And we will now conclude the meeting. Can I just remind members that we have our next meeting next week involves discussion with participants from the primary care public panel sessions, and I know members took a keen interest in those public panel sessions and look forward to the roundtable next week. And I now close this meeting. Thank you very much.